finally over. LAN matches are back. Here in Copenhagen, we're getting things kicked off on the B stream. Limitless up against the giant of KCorp. And this is a matchup where many people are expecting KC to run away with it. And all eyes now on Limitless to see how they respond to those expectations.
We've had a lot of times previously where #1 European seed has been maybe taking the eye off the ball a little bit in their first match with the Swiss. However, this is KCorp. They care only about winning.
And things starting out fast. Rise going in. You can see Vatira just going for the 50. And one of the things that you'll see in Vatira's game, he enables his teammates so well. With his positioning, he takes the space, and then he makes the defense panic. And whether he goes for a fake or a 50 like we saw there, he feeds his teammates scoring opportunities left and right.
One of the big things I'm going to be looking for here is, do Limitless have some kickoff tricks ready to go? Because we know KC do. And if they're just going to be giving up possession straight from the off, that is going to be a big, big problem. They've got a different problem, though, and it's Fatty.
I mean, there's 3 problems there on that field, no matter which way you look at it. Vatira going for a routine double, making it look like he's in free play. Just a routine double for him. Puts in the second goal for KC, and now KC look in full control of this game.
KC just seem to be testing out the kickoff strategies at the moment. They've all worked. I don't think we've actually seen the ball in the blue side of the field just yet. And I believe the coin is currently shaking with its prediction.
It did predict Limitless.
It did.
We'll see how right that is.
Snowy does try to get rid. Oh, Rise has actually outplayed his own teammate. Leaves Vatira by himself. And that's Vatira's favorite teammate anyway, so he'll be just fine.
And also watch out for Snowy. Snowy is, to me, that pinpoint accurate shooter. Kind of reminds me of JNaps, with how good Snowy is with those small windows and hitting marks. I think if Limitless can generate a rebound opportunity, he's the player you want taking that shot.
Sort of provide my little bit of hope on this one, which is teams do play a little bit worse off when maybe the team they're against isn't at the same sort of pace. KC are not going to have a dance partner here that I think can keep up, and they're going to have to play sort of control, more mechanical, go for the outplays, because you're not going to outpace, because I doubt Limitless will actually engage in that.
Yeah, you're right. They'll probably just turtle up, play more of a zone defense than trying to stop those individual players from getting around them. Sweaty is going to try to clear this out. You can see all 3 players from Limitless backs to die for. Missed that mid boost, and that's going to allow Atto to get it. This may be a chance. Sweaty with a flip reset, gets by 1, but it's a nice defense there from KC. There's a challenge from Rise, gets a 50 off the backboard. Sweaty will have full boost to try to get this stop. There's the double. You can see Vatira sweeping the line. And there is a demo that's landed. Panic on the goal line there for Limitless, but they do break out.
Vatira back into the middle. Sweaty tried to find some space. He has got some support, but it just took a little bit too long to get control of that ball. Atto, backboard. Nobody around. KC just backing down for the time being, not having the ego to think that they can permanently stay in offense.
But you can see 2 players there from Limitless, Sweaty and Snowy, both right next to each other at the midfield, and demos left and right as well for KC.
Well, this is the horrible thing, and this is one of the reasons why we do bring up how this is a great opportunity for Limitless to start learning, because they are used to being the fastest. Every match that they do, they are the top dogs. And in this one, it's very visually obvious they are a step behind in pace.
And you could even see the defense, the play there with the attempt of going off the ceiling. You can tell Limitless are stretched to their limit right now, trying to keep KC contained.
So 2 minutes left. 3-0 to the better of KC. Limitless just trying to put something forward. Have not really had a shot on goal. Sweaty clears to the far side. They've taken their own boost, so that's at least a good start. Now they've got to try and find a way to work out. It'll be down to Sweaty to die for. Sweaty's got the ball, pre-jump from Atto, who's had the ball go over him, and that is about as close to a chance as we've seen.
It was. I mean, we've seen a couple times now where Limitless was able to at least beat that first defender, but there's always somebody back. for KCorp. You see this even when they were playing online in their own region. It always seems like they had specifically Vatira back there ready to make the stops and to kickstart the counterattacks.
Yeah, Vatira moved on away from Rise originally because he didn't want to be playing as much defense anymore, and he's kind of been called back over to that in the big stages. But hey, sometimes you are just the best at something, and if there's anyone you've got on the goal line, it's Vati. He's going to be more than enough. Has not been required too often here, though. Team dominating as they are going to play it back to the wrong back corner.
And we've seen a lot of demos as well, specifically from Vatira, and they're going pretty much unchallenged from Limitless. You're seeing Limitless turtled up, and they're basically sitting ducks for their demos, but now you see a demo from behind to die for, getting that midfield demo, which does open up some opportunities, and a great beat there as well from to die for. You're starting to see Limitless start to play a little bit more confident and beat KCorp to those challenges.
So it does get the feeling that because this game is now gone, they might as well play with no real worries. But I do think they need to just launch a first player anyway, because if you do that, you can at least try and take out KC's third man on the rotation back. It's become so popular over the last few years. But if you are going to hold everybody back, yes, it's fish in a barrel sort of situation. They need to make sure that they are at least somewhat active, making KC think. KC, though, only thinking about wins. They've got their first.
They do, and it is a shutout. And I think for me, Shogun, I'm really interested to see if Limitless can find a way to break through this KC defense. They were able to get a little bit of breathing room when we saw that demo at the midfield, and I think we're going to need to see more of that.
As we do head over to Forbidden Temple. That's right, everybody. We've got a mix-up now on the map rotations.
How sweet is that?
I do miss this map a lot.
It is a beautiful one.
I'm just saying my favorite map is also in the rotation now. I'm not going to get into it just yet. Hopefully we'll see it at some point this weekend. It's not Champions Field. I'm not going with that. We always have Champions Field. Maybe not in this series, though. Rise gets his way.
Rise scored first last game, scores first again here, and you can see the amount of space that they're dealing with. And Rise was camping on the goal line as well, probably there because he was going for another bump or another demo, or at least faking like he was.
It's the joy of how offense has sort of progressed now. You see players go for this, and it's not one or the other. It's just so many great options are opened up by playing this way, and you can just make that decision when you get there.
And Rocket League has always kind of been that options game. It's how can you give yourself the most options as an attacker to put the defense off balance and try to catch them off guard.
There was a few demo attempts there at the background. Hasn't worked, but I like the idea.
Unfortunately for Limitless, you could see Rise dodged the demo and immediately went over for a double tap. The idea was good, but
yeah,
it's going to be tough to demo these players. I mean,
but I would rather that.
Virtuoso came from Europe. They learned about the demo meta the hard way.
Yes.
But I'm with you, Shogun. You see that Limitless is trying. They're trying to mix it up. They're trying to incorporate those demos to get the space.
If it is going to be something they're going to learn from, they're not going to learn from sitting in their own goal line. They don't do that in their own region. They try and outpace everybody. They try and outplay everybody. Ooh. So give that a go here and see what you can pick up. And maybe utilize that, you know, for this series, for the rest of the Swiss.
And I think, like you're saying, Shogun, it's how can you take those small steps to improve and small steps to try to be more competitive, and I think a lot of that is going to be finding out ways to maintain a little bit more possession.
Yes.
Just a touch, and there's a demo that gets some, and a hit towards net, that's going to be in to die for, brings Limitless within one.
They have got themselves on the board. Went for the outpace, and Vatira realized he was in no man's land. Not going to be able to get to the ball, not going to be able to get back. Limitless have got there first, and it's important to mention here, James, even a game could be massive because of how Swiss Seed works. You are based on game differential. One could be huge for them for the rest of this tournament.
It certainly could be, and I think Limitless now, that goal's going to give them a lot of hope. And that, you know, for SSA, the first goal of a major being scored by To Die For, that is fitting, but now we see KC come marching right back. You could see To Die For creeping out of net. Snowy tried to go for a challenge, but unfortunately didn't get to the shot in time for Limitless, and KC have that insurance.
That's the same thing that we're going to be talking about. Oh, I like the kickoff change up. Faking out on the first, send the one down the middle so at least they have to play the ball. And now they have To Die For in a very good spot to put something together, but again, the early challenge I mean, this is the one thing that Limitless seem to be maybe lacking in offense, is they feel like they have to go for the outplay. I would like to see a couple of challenges, go a couple of low 50s, just trust that your next player might actually be fast enough.
And we see it there. Snowy with a couple of 50s here, but Sweaty's facing backwards. That's not the best 50. Pops straight up for a toe. And now Snowy looking for Sweaty. Sweaty back to Snowy, and that was the right idea. The pass was a little bit too far ahead, though.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, Snowy had like 8 boosts left. Good news for him, he's about to have 33, and about to reset on kickoff.
I mean, is that good news? You see Vatira flip, reset, double tap, makes it look so easy. He is a talented player.
Driven as well,
to say the least.
Wanting to win everything. I remember I did an interview with Vati a couple of weeks ago, actually. I was saying, like, you've won almost everything, and his response was, yeah, almost everything. It doesn't matter until I've won everything.
And I really feel like that is kind of the motto for this KCorp team. They are here to win worlds. Everybody knows it. They have specifically crafted this team, made the roster moves that they did to win worlds. And worlds is that ultimate prize, because like you said before, he's won a major already. Won online regionals already. Worlds.
Won a lot of those.
Yeah. Worlds is that big crown.
It's actually maybe a bit of a test as well for KC. They are the big favorite for this event, as we already saw from our power rankings. Vatira on a streak of, I believe, 25
That's the number
events
I heard.
in a row.
A championship Sunday. Yeah,
that requires top 4 on this event.
And I think if I was like looking back at it as well, Rise has made over half of the grand finals at RLCS lands in this modern era.
It's ridiculous. It feels like that level of greatness, like domination that you see.
The other crazy thing is that Rise, although he's made 6 grand finals, has only won 1.
Yeah, that's maybe not a phenomenal record to have next to your name.
Yeah, but I mean, 6 grand finals is
it does feel
crazy.
like he's managed to like leave that behind for BDS, though. BDS have been the grand finals team that maybe haven't been able to get the job done. You know, we look back to Worlds, you look to Boston, you look even for the open qualifiers that we've had this season. That'll be something that they want to put behind them. But so far, they have been that step behind KC, and that's the reason why Vati go on the board yet again. What a goal.
And you see this over and over again.
He didn't get a second. I thought he sliced this. Oh, he does.
I think he did get a little tip.
It slowed down, though, on the first
Did it
touch
slow
on
down?
the floor, so
I'm going to have to look at that one again.
Yeah, a visual ghost for us on the replay.
But regardless, Vatira, you give him that ball rolling back with nobody in his face, a lot of times he's going to hit that shot.
Has been that player. I already know the respect that he has got for the rest of his French teams. Still wants to beat them. Friendly afterwards.
The French community is something special. I think anyone who follows Rocket League knows that.
Oh, that's a huge miss. It's open. There's the Brazil. KC7. Limitless 1. Limitless just angered the blue wall by getting that 1 goal.
Do they, or can they now say that it was all part of the plan?
I did hear Rise, I feel like, give almost a sarcastic cheer after he scored again from...
Was that Rise?
I think so, because I
wouldn't be surprised.
Doesn't seem like a Rise thing to do. Oh!
And there's another one.
All right.
It is destroyed. And there's a 50. You can see the late flip as well going down. And this is what you asked for, was belief in the 50s.
Yeah, I didn't ask for a toe to almost wipe out Rise on the way towards it, forcing him to go early. But we'll take what we've given.
And Tadai 4 scores again. So, I mean, we could even see a
turn around now and just say, like, I'm carrying at the moment. Where's the rest of my team? We'd be winning this if there was 2 more of me.
I think with 2 more, you'd still only have 6 goals.
True. Hey, that's a close series. If you get a 7-6 against KC,
that's not a bad result.
That's pretty good. As a toe, he is going to get to it. Oh, he's hit the crossbar just to add the style points. So what they're thinking is double Brazil.
And we've seen now a few times where the backboard has been undefended here. There's been nobody there to challenge as well the first touch for KC, and that was my big concern. And it's my big concern for OCE as well, as if they're going to be able to deny those double tap opportunities. So far, we've seen Limitless has not been able to really do that. You see, oh, that backboard actually does leak through, and it might lead to a goal. No, it is stopped. But I was just going to say how in Europe and in North America, Sam, Mina, how good they are with their defensive stops, especially denying those backboard opportunities. But we're seeing Limitless struggle a bit. They did get that final stop, but not before. A guy who gets up early.
He's not
gets
changed
to
time
work.
zones at all, so Vera's fine. I've had to change a massive 1 hour for this event.
I
James,
feel for it. I feel for it.
How are you doing?
I'm surviving.
Yeah? I feel like we've got CJ here, so we're never allowed to complain because CJ's always got it worse.
CJ traveled 42 hours to be here. So, I don't know how he does it.
I have no idea.
Was that a flip reset? It was. Flip reset, double tap attempted by Vatira. Ball back in the hands of Rise. Tadai4 does get a touch, but out of boost and no corner for. Oh, it actually spun right as he drove over it. So that's going to help out the defensive effort.
Snowy does control, but he doesn't have any boost, so he's just going to try and wait for the challenge. Good decision making. They do need to be a little bit quicker. That demo really hurts. They need to just try and scramble into good positions. I do like the backboard defense. Another demo, a bit of room to work with, but Rise has got plenty of time just to power the ball long.
So close as well. That just floats all the way through, and it kind of stems back to that demo. You saw Snowy got the full boost, was going to rotate back, but then gets demoed. That just puts you off kilter on defense, gives a little bit more space, and we see this pattern over and over where Limitless will clear the ball out, but it's right into the waiting hands of KC.
So I'm going to pull my Johnny Boy hat out right now.
Let's hear it.
All right, well, I think the first thing is the turn inwards to die for. We had plenty of praise for you here. I don't know. If you're gonna turn inwards, like at least players usually tend to be a bit closer on the way back. That one, it seems like he just gave up immediately.
You could see a bit of a slow kickoff there, and I wonder if that was a slow kickoff from KC. I would need to see another look at it, but sometimes those slow kickoffs are how you score right away. You have a player that gets there fast, they hit it right into you. And when, because you're there a little late, your hit is not going to get 50, and it can roll straight into the net. Yeah, personally, I love the slow kickoff, but it can backfire as well.
KC have got so many kickoff strategies that they are ready to pull out. I think that they've got a few secret ones as well that they are not planning on using until playoffs. I feel like a lot of us are expecting them to get there.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're a favorite to go 3-0 in Swiss. But lands usually have a little bit of chaos infused in them.
Yeah, usually, but we get that chaos and then Vatira's in the grand finals. That's the way of things. As Rise now past one, they're trying to scramble back. They will not get there. Snowy is a spectator, 3-0, 3 minutes left. Maybe 3-0 in the series.
And you could see there that the creep up, the hope that the 50 goes their way, but they just keep missing out on those challenges. You're seeing how comfortable KC is at getting those small tips to open space and really punishing the positioning of Limitless.
Limitless as well. I've had to play sort of the losing angle on those challenges an awful lot. Some of that, most players just don't want to do. You want to put yourself in the big spot, the glory area where you can just grab the ball. Hey, I'm in through for goal. No, you've just got to scramble back. Make sure that the play doesn't go in as we get the infield pass. Oh, nice pass to Vatira. That was actually well scouted by the defense.
Nice stop there from Limitless. There were 2 players that were demoed, so they had to come off spawn to get that stop, but that's not the best touch from Tadai4. You can see they give up possession, backboard vulnerable, and Atto makes them pay.
It was guaranteed. After the touch, Snowy just wanted to control the ball, ended up handing it over. And that was a thank you very much from Atto. 4-0. This one is as good as done.
You just can't afford to do that. Not against teams of this caliber and players of this caliber giving up that ball.
Is he gone for the? He had Psycho on the mind. That is from that distance as well is very brave.
Ambitious.
Yes. Well, that's the one thing now. There's always one mechanic that the casters never want to miss. Psycho's the one now. Nobody wants to say, oh, I didn't see the Psycho as it was happening.
I'm worried that I'm going to miss the first licks jump.
I feel like I feel like you'd be forgiven for that. It's a bit more
you might be. Nowadays, off the post.
Somehow, that was easier to score. That was a Johnny Boy shot right there. I've got used to seeing those.
Another demo, though. Sweaty doing well to get this ball out to the middle. And that's some nice speed on the challenge. Rise actually getting beat by Tadaifor, and we've seen that multiple times where Tadaifor has been able to win that challenge. Scored a couple times because of it as well.
Yeah, when there is a good offensive position, Tadaifor is in his element, and we have seen that. We're just not been in offensive positions enough for that to really make too much of a difference. He's still looking for his third goal. Limitless have 2 throughout this, so they'll at least try and average 1 per game average, but they've got 1 minute left to die for. A bit of a weak shot, but still a good position, and hounding Vatira, who seems just fine. He's going to try and 1v3, and not going to work out.
And how frustrating. And then Snowy gets demoed by Rise. So Vatira dodging all the demos, gets back up from his teammates. And I'm interested again to see what the demo count is for KCorp. Sweaty goes up for the 50, but the patience from Rise. Didn't land the bump, but you can see how time and time again, Limitless
he was on
try
zero.
to clear the ball. They clear it right to KC.
Yeah, you can see Sweaty's
like he got
boost
bumped
count as well. He's a bit bumped, a bit on 0 boost, and a bit nowhere near getting contact on that ball.
Yeah, Sweaty, tough position. But I think Snowy, when he was trying to go for the clear, might have got clipped from Rise, which made that hospital ball to the middle happen.
Oh, here we go. Come on to die for. Let's get that third.
Stole the boost instead.
He's waiting for it midfield. In they go!
Boom!
Snowy's got the goal. Limitless have scored in 2 of the 3. And might need the greatest kickoffs ever to bring us back.
But I love this play because you could see that Tadaifor didn't just stay behind the ball and play safe. He nudged it up the wall for a teammate, moved upfield, got the boost, swept the line. That was a well put together play right there from Limitless. That is a world-class play. Yeah.
That was the one I got very used to from Peeps. Maybe enough time for one more. They tried to hand the ball off to each other, made more contact with each other's cars than they did the ball. Now an opportunity, Snowy. He's got the taste for one. He wants another one. In goes to die for. And Rise isn't going to let them have it. Maybe one more chance, but KC are going to double drop. And KC move up to 1-0 in the Swiss. Limitless drop down to 0-1.
So this is the result that I think many people had expected, especially looking at...
I know someone that didn't predict it.
Who?
The coin. The coin is already losing.